A word of explanation as to why no new uploads since the middle of January 2024. On the 17th of January, I received a stroke, leaving my left side, my dominant side, weak. I'm learning to walk and write again. My specialist doctor said it was probably the result of a badly managed type 2 diabetes. Before I go any further, I must give all praise to my wife Iskra, who cared for me like a newborn baby, researching stroke and finding the best medication, putting me on a special diet and training exercises. I asked the Lord to heal me completely. So far he has chosen not to do that, but directed my mind to the scripture where the Apostle Paul asked 3 times for God to remove a thorn in his flesh, possibly his eyesight. The Lord replied, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness." Another text that came to my mind during this time was from James. "Let patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing." And finally, a text from Proverbs 3. "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths."
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path.
My grace is sufficient for thee. My grace is sufficient for thee. O weary traveller on thy way home, my grace is sufficient for thee. But Lord, the sea is so rough, and my ship is tossed by the storm. O give me wings that I might fly to shelter safe and warm. My grace is sufficient for thee. My grace is sufficient for thee. O weary traveller on thy way home, my grace is sufficient for thee. See, Lord, my pain is so great, and my heart cries out to be free. Oh, would I leave this sin-sick world and swiftly fly to thee. My grace is sufficient for thee. My grace is sufficient for thee. O weary traveller on thy way home, my grace is sufficient for thee. Dear Lord, you know I'm but flesh, and though I trust in thee, my faltering faith is soon to break. I'm blind, oh help me see. My grace is sufficient for thee. My grace is sufficient for thee. O weary traveller on thy way home, my grace is sufficient for thee. My grace is sufficient for thee. My grace is sufficient for thee. O weary traveller on thy way home, my grace is sufficient for thee.